What's up guys, Shouri here, and today we're going to talk about Hunter and how to get the most out of his abilities. He uses a 3-round burst assault rifle, which is one of the best in the game. 2 headshots will kill most characters unless they're tanks. He also has flare rounds, which do a little bit of damage, but what they really do is give you small speed boost and show you where people are. He has a charge shot, which can knock people back, which is super huge, and he also does a lot of damage with it. So first up, we're going to talk about the charge shot. It's one of the most underutilized things about Hunter, and it can do a lot of different things. One of the things it can do is when you have a ton of enemies and you don't have any more ammo, it can be that last little shot to get that kill. I've found the most that it works really nicely on things that move fast and you have trouble with your burst shots to kill them. Just shoot it. You don't have to shoot it all the way if you don't need much damage, like we did right there. But also, if things take a lot of bullets to go through, you can go ahead and shoot them for the full thing and get 2,800 damage. That is a huge amount of damage and really helps. It's also nice against things like Victor and Jabali, where knocking them back is part of the goal, not just to end up killing him. Right here, Jabali going to be super hard to kill, but we can also use it to knock them off the map. This is super easy, and on this in particular map, you can do it all the time. And if it takes 2 shots, hey, you got 3. So go ahead, hit him twice, knock him all the way back, and kill him. Right here, we are going to go ahead and use it in a way to knock them back. Luckily, when they get knocked back, it kind of makes them lose control, so they kind of lose their aim on you, and that will definitely help you be able to survive, especially against things like snipers, because their aim assist gets knocked off when you do it, and that way they can't kill you. I also find the charge shot works really great when you have an OSA cylinder or you're in Mark's little thing where you can't see, or if people are peeking behind stuff, you can go ahead and get that charge shot going, and then whenever they come through, just go ahead and hit them, and as they fall back, you can go ahead and get that kill. Right here, we got to be careful because he had his reflection shield up, and as he gets up top, he's going to put his shield down and try to get to us. So the biggest thing that they want to do is they want to get close to you with Jabali, because the closer you are, the more damage they do, so it's really nice to be able to knock them back. And also, robots, when you're playing them, if you knock them back, a lot of the times, they'll turn completely around, and you have a better shot of shooting them behind their shield. I don't know why the AIs do this, but it can definitely help you, especially in free-for-all. So next up is the flare round, and it can do things like show you people that are in hidden things like OSA cylinder, but it also can kill people by itself, so if you're going to die, you can throw it out and do about 1,000 damage to go ahead and finish that kill, which in this case was able to save the game for me. But another thing it can do, like I said, exposing people when they're in Osis and Cylinder, but also you have Johnny Jet who gets completely destroyed by this, because when he is healing inside of his little puddle, if you throw one of your sensors on him, it won't allow him to be invisible, and that just makes it to where you can completely screw him over and just shoot him, because they rely on that invisibility to heal up, reload, and then come and do more small damage to you. But you can show not only yourself, but your team that Johnny's there, and it really just makes him a non-issue. And he is really frustrating to deal with on things like Cart, but luckily, you just throw your little sensors on him, your team can see him, and you can see him, so it's really not that hard to kill him after that. And you can also throw it into little areas to know where people are going to come from after they spawn, if there's multiple ways to come from. Right here, I knew there was somebody chasing me, and because of the fact that I used it, I was able to see that there's an Osis behind me. We were able to get that right there. Right here, we're going to go ahead and know people are going around, so we're going to go the long way. As soon as we get here, we're going to go ahead and throw it. We know that there's 2 people there, and we can go ahead and act accordingly. That is why this is one of the most important things Hunter has. It gives you that information, and information win games. And right there, we're going to throw it over the wall, and no people are there before we even get there. that is going to be a huge asset to you when you're using this character, because he already kills people faster than anyone else, especially because you can weave in and out of walls. Only people who can do things similar are like Judix and Scotty if you're really good with it, but I'm not, so I can only do it with this one and Judix. But these are also some of the best players in the game. Carlos, especially at the time, was ranked like in the top 20 for trophies, so it even works against super experienced players, and there's really nothing they can do. You just do so much damage, especially if you can get those headshots down, and when you know where they're at and they don't know where you are, you just have an unbelievable and super unfair advantage. Any of the other characters that can do the two-shot kills don't have the ability to see their people, and also your knockback skills takes away the biggest threat to you, which are going to be things that get up close, and that's going to be like a Jabali or a Victor. Even with Victor's special moves, it doesn't matter. And right here, we're going to go ahead, use the flare rounds to get the kill as we go up and win the game. Flare rounds, definitely going to be the best thing you got. You can kill with them, or you can figure out where people are. And that's one of my favorite things to do, is kill people with it, because it's great. But by far the best thing, and the reason you probably like to use Hunter, is the crazy damage. Even snipers can't really contend with him. You just go, get those kills, and keep the pressure up on them, and it's really nothing that he can do. Of course, it is a sniper, so you can do things, but, like, it's hard. And another thing I have trouble with is using the charge shot, by the way. If it's near something, it's going to hit it and not work. So things like ledges, you need to make sure that you give yourself enough clearance, because if any part of it is hitting it, it won't go through and kill them. And my absolute favorite part about Hunter is making the carries happen. This is one of the best characters in the game to be able to do it all, because you don't need your teammates for callouts, because you get the information, and you do enough damage that if you have the right movement, you can get around, take your shots, and not take too much damage yourself. This will give you the ability to be able to push the cart, stay alive, and get those kills without too much help from your team, so it doesn't matter if you're playing with people who don't know as much as you, or if they have their mics muted or whatever. The most important thing is you're playing smart, using your positioning correctly, and hitting your shots. It can be hard if you and them are moving to hit all three in a burst, so sometimes it might take you a few extra shots, but it's worth it if you can wall strafe around things and keep yourself alive, all the while killing them, and then you can go back to moving the cart. But the greatest thing is, when you have a dead-on shot, while you're head glitching with the cart, you can definitely get those kills in the two shots, just like normal, because you got it straight on. Remember, it does shoot in a burst of 3, so the more you move it while shooting, less accurate it's going to be for some of the shots at the very least. And then you can go back to using your sonar balls to get yourself in position, because remember, every time you use them, you get speed boost, and that can help you get to where you need to be faster. So it's not always about placing them to be able to get information. Sometimes the reason that you want to put them out there is just simply so you can go a little faster. But again, the information helps not just you, but also your teammates, especially if you're in a carry situation. Sometimes that's super huge. But right there, I used it so I could speed up and go get that heal, which allowed me to stay alive. It ended up showing my teammates where the guy was also, so it ended up doing both. And we're going to go ahead kill the Aletta, because Hunter can kill Aletta pretty much better than anyone, maybe besides Gloria. So it's really good to focus on them, because your teammates are definitely going to have a harder time even if they are good, just because Hunter can kill them much faster and much better than anyone else. It just happens to be you shoot more damage, you're more accurate, and it's all at once, so it can just be a lot easier. But we're going to keep going, and we do end up getting the win. And guys, this is why Hunter is the best. Hope this has helped you guys a lot. Thank you to my donators and all my supporters. I really appreciate you guys, and hope you all have a great day.